Reports are stating that Spurs have submitted a verbal offer for Wolfsburg defender Micky van der Ven. Tottenham have just offered Harry Kane a new contract, and Shakhtar Donetsk want a meeting with Tottenham about signing Manor. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another episode of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's start with a report from the Guardian newspaper all about Spurs striker Harry Kane. They are stating that Tottenham offer Harry Kane huge new contract, but striker in no rush to sign. Daniel Levy is adamant that Harry Kane is not for sale and believes he will extend his stay, and player keeping options open with 1 season left on his deal. In this report, it says that Tottenham have made a massive new contract offer to Harry Kane that would significantly improve his £200,000 a week terms, but the club's talisman has no immediate intention to sign it and will certainly not do so while the transfer window remains open. Harry Kane, who celebrates his 30th birthday on the 28th of July, has entered the final 12 months of his 6-year Spurs deal and is being followed by a whole host of leading clubs, including Bayern Munich, who last week placed a bid of €70 million. Thomas Tuchel, the Bayern manager, is pushing hard to sign Harry Kane. Tottenham's position is that Kane is not for sale. The chairman, Daniel Levy, on the back foot after a terrible season, is mindful that his popularity would plummet further if Harry Kane were to depart. Also in this report, it says that Daniel Levy believes that Harry Kane will come to see that his long-term future is best served at Spurs, and not only because of the money he would make under the new contract, there is the hope that the new manager, Ange Postecoglou, can turn things around. Postecoglou wants to play on the front foot in a 4-3-3, and with the help of chairman Daniel Levy and the influential chief scout Leonardo Gabbanini, his squad is taking shape. Spurs have signed goalkeeper Guillermo Vicario and the midfielder James Maddison, and are set to announce the capture of winger Manor. The priority now is central defence, and with Davinson Sanchez and Javert Tanganga up for sale, they could add as many as 3 players in the department. Spurs are in advanced talks with Wolfsburg's £30 million rated Micky van der Ven, and Edmund Tapsoba of Bayer Leverkusen is another Spurs target. They would take one or the other. Tapsoba would be more expensive at around £50 million. The club are also interested in the permanent signing of Clement Longley from Barcelona. He spent last season on loan with them. Spurs hope to persuade Barcelona to release him on a free transfer, reasoning that the saving that the Spanish club would make in wages would be enough to satisfy them. Harry Kane is due to report for pre-season early next week. He has not met Postecoglou as yet. The player's position is that every option remains open to him, leaving in the summer, staying for the season before going as a free agent, and even extending his contract, although that is rated as the least likely. Harry Kane's comments towards the end of last season about Spurs had lost some of the values that they had under former boss Mauricio Pochettino continue to resonate. Postecoglou's most urgent task is to reboot the club's culture and re-establish a connection with the fan base. Now on Sunday evening, Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano gave us the here we go Manor on a free transfer to Tottenham Hotspur, and his medical has been booked for Thursday at Hotspur Way. The Athletic have just reported that Shakhtar Donetsk CEO Sergi Palkin has said he is hoping to reach a solution with Tottenham Hotspur over Manor Solomon's proposed summer move. Solomon, 23, is close to joining Tottenham on a 5-year deal following an impressive loan spell at Fulham. The Israel international is technically available on a free transfer this summer after FIFA ruled in May that all foreign players based in Ukraine or Russia would be able to suspend their contracts again for a further year. However, Palkin has said he will look for a fee for Solomon when he is in London for Shakhtar Donetsk's friendly match against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday, the 6th of August. The match is being played to raise money for those affected by the war in Ukraine. Palkin has come out and said Tottenham is an established, respected club with a big history and a huge amount of fans around the globe. We're sure Tottenham executives understand that Shakhtar Donetsk invested significant money in the Solomon transfer, investment that Ukrainian clubs in our difficult position simply cannot afford. We hope that we will be having a meeting with Tottenham representatives on the eve of our friendly match, and in good faith we will find a solution to the Manor Solomon issue. The solution should satisfy both sides. Now, some reports out today about Micky van der Ven. Fabrizio Romano has stated that Spurs have submitted a verbal offer for Micky van der Ven and talks are ongoing with Wolfsburg. And Micky van der Ven's agent has come out and said, we have to talk to Wolfsburg first. I think Tottenham would be a good move for Micky, but at the moment there is no agreement. And the Guardian newspaper have just stated that Spurs are now in advanced talks with Wolfsburg over Micky van der Ven. The deal could be worth around £30 million. Spurs are also interested in Bayer Leverkusen defender Edmund Tapsoba, but if they wanted to sign him, he would cost around £50 million. Now, my thoughts on these stories in today's episode. Let me start by talking about the transfer window as a whole. We have signed James Maddison so far. We have signed the goalkeeper Vicario, and we are just about to sign Manor Solomon on a free transfer. It has been a decent start to the window from Tottenham Hotspur. A winger, an attacking midfielder, and a goalkeeper. Of course, on the list is a couple of centre-backs. But we have done business early, and of course we've offloaded Harry Winks for £10 million as well. So when you think of that overall deal of James Maddison coming in for £40 million, Harry Winks going the other way for 10, we've basically got James Maddison in for £30 million plus Harry Winks going in the other direction. I think it's fantastic business from Tottenham. I think that most Spurs fans are extremely happy so far. It's been a really good start in the window. But of course, as we all know, we need defensive reinforcements. We need centre-backs in. Micky van der Ven, Spurs are talking to Wolfsburg at the moment. I know lots of reports have come out, including Sky Sports, stating that Spurs are in advanced negotiations, in advanced talks with Micky van der Ven. I don't think it is as advanced as many people think and what is being reported at the moment. There is a lot of interest in Van der Ven, and there is a lot of interest in Tapsoba. And many reports are stating at the moment, if Spurs want Tapsoba, they will need to pay around £50 million. Now, if Spurs can get some players offloaded and bring a lot of money in, I don't think there'll be a doubt that we will go out and spend that money. But are we going to offload these players? There have been so many reports out in the last couple of days stating that Spurs want to rip up the contract of Perisic so he can leave on a free transfer. I've seen reports stating that we are thinking about a £9 million bid for Davinson Sanchez, and Spurs are thinking about that at the moment. Apparently, we've turned down a bid for Tanguy Ndombele as well. I believe that some of these players really do need to be offloaded, and we have to take what we can at the moment. I know that Daniel Levy and the board will probably be demanding good money for some of these players, but I do think it is time that they need to leave. So if good offers are on the table, then please take them, move on, so we can get some decent players in and clear the back line and start again with the back line. Christian Romero obviously staying, but anybody else in that back line, certainly central defence, I think that they do need to be cleared out. We've got good options at right back. Could probably do with another left back if Perisic does leave. That would be an interesting situation. But interesting times. The rebuild is going on. I am very pleased with the start of the rebuild, but of course we do play our first game in pre-season in Perth, Australia in less than 2 weeks' time now. So if Spurs do want additions in at the back, I do think or do hope that we would get them in before we travel to Australia. It would certainly help Ange Postecoglou really get his starting 11, together and start thinking about next season. But lots of changes, I hope, at Tottenham. But a good start so far. Will Micky van de Ven happen? Will Tapsoba happen? It will be interesting. Of course, every team around Europe know that Spurs need decent centre-backs. So I'm sure that every single team will be demanding top money at the moment. But Fabrizio Romano stated that Micky van de Ven likes Tottenham. Personal terms will not be an issue. So I think the only issue now will be how much Spurs want to pay for him and how much Wolfsburg want to demand for him. So it'll be an interesting situation. Watch this space. Tapsoba, as I say, interest from all around Europe, including many Premier League sides at the moment. The Harry Kane situation, I tell you what, only Harry Kane knows what he wants to do. Of course, he does deserve trophies. He does deserve a lot more. And, 30 Premier League goals out of 38 Premier League games last season. He was simply incredible, in a poor side that struggled. He didn't even get into European competition for next season. So it'd be an interesting situation. Personally, I'm hoping that Harry Kane stays. I do have a gut feeling that Harry Kane will stay and honour his contract at Tottenham. I'd be really, really surprised if he did leave this summer. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he left next summer on a free transfer. But only Harry Kane knows what Harry Kane wants to do. As the Guardian report today stated, he could leave now, he could leave next summer on a free transfer, or he could stay and sign a new contract at Tottenham. And, from some of the reports that I'm reading, it seems that Daniel Levy does seem to be very confident that Harry Kane does want to stay at Spurs. We all know if Harry Kane won a trophy somewhere else, it just would not mean that much to him. It would mean an awful lot to him by winning something at Tottenham. And I think it's all about showing intent in this transfer window. If we want any chance of keeping him for next season, and him not leaving in this transfer window, show some ambition, show some intent, and show that we mean business. And that is going out and getting two top-class centre-backs. Go for our first targets. I've said this on many editions before. Don't ever settle for second best, third best, fourth best, whatever. If you've got a top target and that is the player that you want, go and make it happen. Get it done. Bring them in, because the scouts have scouted them. They're top targets. They're the players that we want. They're the players that they feel that are going to take us forward. And we have seen many times before where we've settled for second best, third best, fourth best, and it hasn't quite worked out. So things do have to change in that regard. But a couple of decent centre-backs in this transfer window, in the next couple of weeks, I'll tell you what, would get a lot of people very excited for next season. I'm not saying that we're good enough to finish in the top four, even with a couple of decent centre-backs coming in. But it's a great start. And if Postecoglou can get us playing the way that he has got previous sides playing, then it does seem exciting. Harry Kane in that front line, I think, is absolutely vital to Tottenham. 30 goals in 38 Premier League games, as I said, in a struggling side. I often think, what on earth would Spurs do without Harry Kane? Of course, that day is going to come one day, but hopefully it won't be in the very near future. Now, what an interesting situation with Shakhtar Donetsk, because, of course, they are very, very upset about the FIFA rulings, and they want to be paid for their player. And it sounds to me that on the eve of that game, Tottenham Hotspur v Shakhtar Donetsk on the 6th of August, it seems that they are going to come to Tottenham and demand money from Daniel Levy to say, give us money for our player. What on earth are the club going to do? I don't think that we're going to gladly say, we think that this ruling is a bit out of order. We'll give you X amount of £1 million. Cannot see that happening. This is going to be such an interesting situation, bearing in mind that Spurs are putting this game on to raise money for Shakhtar Donetsk's foundation as well. So it's going to be a very, very interesting situation. Apparently, Solomon has got his medical at Hotspur away on Thursday. So that deal could officially be announced by Tottenham Hotspur either on Thursday or on Friday. And I do believe it is a good signing for Tottenham. And as I've said on previous episodes, I'm not sure that he gets in before the likes of Heung-min Son and Kulusevski, but he is certainly a good option from the bench. And as I've said in the last couple of years, it just seems that when you look at our bench sometimes, we haven't got that many game changers. Manor Solomon, he's played in the Premier League, not a lot of games, but he played in the Premier League last season for Fulham, did very well, and he seems like a perfect fit. He seems like an exciting player who can take players on, score goals, provide assists, and he's very young as well, and I'm sure that he will certainly play exactly how Ange Postecoglou wants him to play, and he will deliver in the Premier League, I'm sure. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.